won't ever come back. Maybe. He leaned into her embrace. Maybe not. He knew it would be back. Molly meant well, but she didn't know what it was like. How could she? All his life the nightmare had haunted him, and not only when he slept. Sometimes in the daylight hours, something evil carried him back there, something urgent, something deep in his psyche. As a boy, he might be playing in the street with his pals when the darkness would suddenly come over him and he would creep away to hide in some quiet corner. The other boys began to tease him. They said it was no good having Jack Redmond on your side because halfway through the match he would suddenly run away to huddle in a dark corner. He never told them the truth. He never told anyone. If he had, they might have thought he was off his rocker and should be locked away, like that poor soul on Tamworth Street who had drowned her newborn twins before killing herself. He heard the cruel talk about how she should rot in hell. The thought of it filled him with a different horror. Jack Redmond had never betrayed the awful secret he carried with him. He began to believe he must have done a bad thing. If not, then why was he afraid to close his eyes and sleep? And what about the drawings he'd made at school? Those frightening images that appeared on the paper almost as though something or someone else was making the pictures and not him. The teachers were annoyed. They took the drawings away. They said he should pay attention and listen to what was asked of him instead of allowing his imagination to run riot. They never understood. But it wasn't their fault. How could they see what he saw, trapped in that lonely hellhole, so real and terrifying? Was it his warped imagination? Or was there really a place like that somewhere? What a shocking thought that it might actually exist outside of his nightmares. He shuddered. Surely that could never be. Or could it? As the years passed, the fragmented images remained, as did the feelings of helplessness. He had so many questions and no answers. Jack wondered if he would ever know the truth, and, more importantly, did he really want to? All he had ever wanted was for it all to go away, and for him to be normal, like other people. Instead, the nightmares were growing stronger, more persistent. He wanted to know, but he was afraid. Jack took a deep breath, thrusting the images from his mind. Outside, the early morning sun in Leighton Buzzard was already spreading a brightness over the day. Soon, the alarm would go off, and he would get up and go about his business. For now, though, he felt halfway between that place and this. It was a strange, disturbing feeling. He heard Molly speaking softly in his ear. "Feeling better now?" A quietness came over him as he gazed on that wide, pretty mouth and troubled brown eyes. Molly was everything to him. She was his woman, and she kept him sane. He had always believed that he and Molly were meant to be. To have her as his wife, settle down and raise a family was his dearest wish. But he dared not make any plans for the future together. At least, not until he was rid of the demons that tormented him. Drawing her close, he kissed her tenderly. "Yes, I'm all right." He needed her, but he did not deserve her. "Thank you, Molly," he murmured. "I'm sorry." "Shh." Running her fingers through his unruly mop of brown hair, Molly thought him to be a fine figure of a man. He had such strength of character in his features, particularly his eyes, which could be very mischievous at times, yet, even when he laughed, those eyes were brooding, as though hiding a secret, a cruel, unforgiving secret that haunted the mind. "Molly?" Jack leaned forward to bury his face in the softness of her neck. "I'm sorry." He drew away but kept his arm about her. "None of this is fair on you." "No, it isn't." Her quiet anger was fueled by a pressing desire to get on with their lives.